Hello friend, my name is Sandeep Bhalerao, Assistant Professor. Uh, I am presenting a topic in educational research, that is mixed method design. For that I would like to give overview of my presentation. My today's presentation includes meaning, definition of mixed method design, characteristics of mixed method design, strategies of mixed method design, science used in mixed method design, mixed method data analysis, strength of mixed method design, weakness of mixed method design. First, I would like to talk about mixed method design. What mixed method design is exactly. The concept arose from the use of multiple method in the mid 20th century. So the concept it is used earlier. It was named as multiple method, but after that in mid 20th it was uh, you know it was renamed as mixed method. uh, and mixed method design is defined as the class of research where the researcher mixes or combines quantitative and qualitative research approaches, methods, techniques, or data in a single study. It means that you are using in one research you are using more than two aspects, that is qualitative and quantitative aspects of the research. It may be approach, it may be methods, it may be techniques, or it may be anything. So mixed method design is in educational research. You are carrying out your research by conducting or collecting quantitative data also and qualitative data also. So when you use two types of data or two types of approach in any education or any research, that research is called as mixed method design. So why we need mixed method design? The answer of this question is to give more, reliability of the findings, or to give to avoid biasness in findings of the research. We need mixed type of research because every approach or every method has its own significance and limitations. So to minimize the biasness of the research, this research is very important and this method is very important. Look at the characteristics of mixed method design. If you look at the characteristics of mixed method design, you give justification for mixed method used, why you use this type of method. You collect quantitative and qualitative data. It means that if you want to measure economic development of any country, uh, generally economic development has two aspects. One is quantitative aspects and qualitative aspects. What comes in quantitative aspects? That economic growth, and it is value of goods and services produced in a particular period or in a particular economy. And what our economic development has qualitative aspects, that is life expectancy rate, standard of living of particular the standard of living of the people. We can say education, life expectancy, or we can say educations given for particular citizens in a particular region. It has qualitative aspects. We cannot measure in cardinal terms. So here in this case, if you want to carry out research on economic development, you must follow quantitative and qualitative data. So you can get good valid finding or reliable findings, and you can give justification. Give priority to quantitative and qualitative data. So according to priority, according to your objectives and according to your need of the study, earlier I mentioned why why quantitative data and qualitative data is measured. So just like that, on the basis of your priority, on the basis of your importance or objectives, you give priority to your quantitative and qualitative data. So in case you can major data can be collected by will be dominant strategy a particular research will be can be quantitative or qualitative, depends on situation, depends on your topic, and depends on a particular era also. Sequence quantitative and qualitative data. So you give sequence according to quantitative or qualitative data you have to collect first. Strategies of mixed method design. In this particular design, there are some signs are used. You must follow these signs and you must understood these terms. First term is QUAN. It's nothing but quantity, and it indicates that your dominant strategy or dominant approach is quantitative driven only. Means what? You will be collecting your data uh, by using quantitative as a dominant strategy. Means you will collect data, uh, quantitative data on the large scale. After that, followed by QL is written. QL is nothing but qualitative data and or qualitative approach. We can say here qualitative data is given more preference or priority than quantitative data. Then QUAN is word is written here. It stands for quantity data in is secondary to quality data. It means that dominant strategy here is quantitative data, and after that QUAL word is written in small letters. It means or it indicates qualitative data is secondary to quantitative data. It means your qualitative data is secondary and your quantitative data is dominant strategy or major one. The plus sign indicates concurrent mixed method design, and when there is arrow, it indicates quantitative or qualitative data, but it indicates what? It indicates sequential uh, mixed method design. So there are two types of mixed method design. One is concurrent and sequential. How to identify concurrent and sequential design? When you are collecting data simultaneously, that is qualitative or quantitative, it has more importance that you are collecting the data at the same time. For example, if you are collecting data, you are observing your students, and you are also you are assessing their performance on the basis of what, on the basis of rating scales also, and on the basis of observation. So at the same time you are collecting both the data. In this particular type of data, concurrent design is used, and sequential data, it means that when you are collecting quantitative data, after that sometime after some time you will collect quantitative data. If you are starts with collecting data as a quantitative data, then you will after that you will collect quality data. So it may be sequence, there may be n number of sequence on the basis of your objectives. So here I give one example, um, that academic achievement of the particular student. How you measure academic achievement is mostly misunderstood term. Academic achievement is in India, basically we measure academic achievement on the basis of their marks only. But what about personality, what about personality development? It should be counted. So in academic achievement, there are two types. Their approaches are there. One is quantitative and one is qualitative. So the quantitative and qualitative aspects develop in a particular individual, that is called as personality development. In qualitative aspects, it comes their beliefs also, their values, their we can say the opinions, their behavior. All these are constitute personality. So here, in case you can use more quality data or less quantity data, or more quantity data or less qualitative data. So in this case, if you are using, you are collecting the data simultaneously, that is concurrent, and when you are collecting data sequentially, quantitative followed by qualitative or qualitative followed by quantitative, this type of research or design is called as sequential. So there are different types of concurrent and sequential design. I will not explain because it needs one session. In the next session, I'll be I'll record the video and I'll talk about more about types of concurrent and sequential design. Mixed method data analysis, how the data analysis is done in qualitative approach. There are three approaches. We can merge the data, you can connect the data, or you embed the data. So what comes in merge the data? Merge the data, it means that, for example, if you want to measure the uh, feedback is given in two terms. If you are conducting a research effectiveness of a particular program, you first start with qualitative or quantitative data. It may depends on your study. But if you're starting with quantitative data followed by qualitative data, it has two separate entities. The results of both the data will be different, but they constitutes or they contribute the results. Uh, Connect the data, it means that qualitative data and quantitative data can be connect with each other, and they can be used for findings of the research. What comes under embed the data? Embedding data embedding, it means that, for example, on particular use of particular product in apps like Amazon, there is star ranking is also given, and there is reviews also given. So star ranking is nothing but quantitative aspects, and review is nothing but qualitative aspects. But they use a comprehensive picture about the product. In this particular type of research, the findings can be drawn from quantitative and qualitative data. After that, we have strength of mixed method design. Um Actually, when you use words, picture, and narratives in the main in quantitative data, it is very useful. And similarly, when your numbers can be used to add precision to words, pictures, and narrative, so it becomes a comprehensive study because there is no biasness. One study, it quantitative study has its own limitations, and qualitative studies has its own limitations. So we are overcoming two situations. uh, Similarly, numbers can be added to precision to words, pictures, and narrative. It complements the strength of quantitative and qualitative research. It enhances the generality of the findings, and quantitative and qualitative research used together produce more complete picture about your research. What are the limitations? Difficult for researchers when controlled approach is used, because we need multiple data, two types of data, quantitative and qualitative data. Research should have complete knowledge about qualitative and quantitative research, and it is more expensive and time consuming. But apart from this, strength, or sorry, limitations, mixed method design is more valid and reliable when used appropriately. Thank you listening me this session.